On a cold Monday morning here, Hudson Valley, New York. And it's going to just get colder for the next few days. What's going on here? Clear. All right. Where was I? Good morning. Let me get this down. Let's get the pop-ups or pop-outs. Okay. This takes forever. Alexa, what's the temperature? It's got to be like 22 degrees. I'm going to be wrong, but...
It's currently 24 degrees.
24.
12. Today's high will be 26 degrees with a low of 8 degrees.
Wow, 8 tonight. Oh my gosh. 8 tonight. 5. Oh, I got to go fill the wheelbarrow. That's a no bueno. No bueno. Let me just get organized here. There's a big earthquake off of Japan. Tsunami warning, all that stuff going on. Not so good. And some reports are 7.2. The tsunami alerts area, the Gov site is saying 7.6. That's massive. That's big. We'll see. I've seen conflicting reports about the size, but like I said, let me get on TikTok first. And Rumble. Rumble is done. And good morning on Facebook. I could say it like that right now until I get on TikTok, which is momentarily. It's cold. It's 24 degrees. Okay. And we are now live on TikTok. And good morning to everyone. All right. Let's take a look at what the heck is going on. So over here it says it was a magnitude 7.6. The depth was 32 miles, located Hokkaido, Japan region. And this was this morning. Not that long ago. Right there. So that's a big earthquake. And I'm sure there's all kinds of news out there. You could see it here. And both of them are saying 7.6. But I've seen reports come out that it's different. But officially on that site, it's saying 7.6. That is a big earthquake. That's strong. I don't know why it's not loading, but we'll see what happens. So that's what's going on for Japan right now. And that ain't that far off the shore, the coastline. So I don't know. Obviously, I can't use any I don't know if there is such a thing, because you would have to look at the coastal areas, which a lot of these do not. And I'm looking at a few cams right now. This is not available. Let's try this one. This is the only one that I can see that contains water. It's some sort of bridge right here. So I don't know. That is the Hakutyo Bridge of Tokachi River, Hokkaido in Japan. So that's what that is, this image here, because they have a tsunami alert going on right now. A 7.6 earthquake. Oh my gosh. I want to bring that up again so people see what's going on. And it happened just a couple hours ago, right here. 7.6 magnitude earthquake off of Hokkaido, Japan region. Wow, that is big. That's a strong earthquake. And maybe we can zoom into exactly where this is. It takes time to load, even with my super fast stuff, but still, it's the site. See, it's just acting up. It could be a lot of people trying to access the server. But this is where it happened a couple hours ago. It is 7.6 is crazy. That is a strong earthquake, but it's offshore. But still, it's really close to shore, which is really bad. One more shot. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Look, so this is where it happened, right in here. A 7.6. Wow. And I'm keeping an eye on news. It's really difficult to get a camera without getting, having issues. So the only one I could find is this one. It's a river in Hokkaido, Japan. Be interesting. This is the only visual. The other ones are, you don't see any water. At least the ones that I could find. So we're just going to have to see how this goes and keep an eye. I'm going to keep an eye on any alerts that come in. But that is a strong earthquake. I mean, by any means, that is, oh my gosh. That is alarming. And it's right offshore. So I could look up articles to see if anything is going on in Japan. And I could read, but I cannot share anything on the screen. Okay. Japan issues tsunami warning at the 7.6 magnitude earthquake. It's been updated a half hour ago. It was issued for parts of Japan's northern coast on Monday after a powerful magnitude of 6.3 7.6 earthquake. The earthquake occurred off Aomori Prefecture on Japan's main island, Honshu, after 11 p.m. local time. And it was followed by an aftershock of 3.6. So I could share this. And right where we just looked at the tsunami warning map, it's right there. That's not far. So they issued the tsunami warnings for these areas. There was waves of 1.3 feet were observed. So we don't know any reports yet. So it looks like it already impacted. NHK, Japan's national broadcaster, said staff at the hotel in Aomori had reported that multiple people were injured. Japan's prime minister told reporters that the authorities will provide residents with any necessary evacuation instructions. So this is breaking. This is happening now. So I'm sure there's going to be more information as it comes in. So it looks like it already occurred. Now it's late. It's early morning hours now in Japan. Alexa, what time is it in Hokkaido, Japan?
It's 1:08 a.m. in Hokkaido, Japan.
That's what I thought. So it's early in the morning. Tuesday in Japan. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Because that's a big earthquake. 7.6, that's strong. And they're, in a way, they should be fortunate that that didn't happen more to the west and on the island itself. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a close call. That's right offshore. That is not far. So in another way, you could look at it, they actually are lucky that didn't happen on the island itself. But that's still, it's going to be really interesting to see any images coming in from, and yes, exactly, Fukushima. A lot of people think of that. So I'm going to take another look at X. Let's see if there's anything going on. You know, people taking video from Japan. Let's see. They're just showing people feeling the earthquake. Oh, this is old footage. It's good that they're actually, some people are actually labeling it. And then they had the alerts. I am not seeing any images, only of the earthquake, but nothing about a tsunami. And I'm looking. Nothing yet. Just a lot of videos. That cannot be real. You know, got to be careful. Got to be careful. And there's a lot of fake stuff out there. We're just going to have to wait till confirmation of real, true video. Some people are responsible and they're saying this is an old video. Well, we don't need to be putting out there any fake stuff out there. No way. So we're just going to have to wait and be responsible. But I am not seeing anything on X other than people feeling the quake itself. That is a large quake, though. Oh my gosh. See, the image that somebody took and put on there was an image from National Geographic. I just confirmed it. Fake. They used a video, a photo from National Geographic. Fake. This is horrible that people do that. Horrible. Japan warns, this is from CNA, East Asia. Japan warns of 3-meter high tsunami after magnitude 7.6 earthquake. That's 9 feet. That's big. Those are big waves. If that were to occur. But that's what this article is saying. So who knows? We're just going to have to wait. So it looks like the waves are already... The first wave hitting a port in the northern region of Aomori, where Misawa is located, at 11:43 p.m. That's over an hour ago. So an hour and a half ago. At 11:50, another wave reached Yorikawa town in the Hokkaido region. Public broadcaster NHK cited a hotel employee in the city of Hachinohe in Aomori, saying that there had been some injuries, with live footage showing shattered glass fragments scattered across roads. East Japan Railway suspended some services, which was also hit by a massive 9.0 magnitude quake in March 2011. No irregularities have been reported at nuclear power plants in the region run by Tohoku Electric Power and Hokkaido Electric Power. Tohoku Electric did say, however, that thousands were without power. The quake was also felt in the northern hub of Sapporo, where alarms rang on smartphones to alert residents. A reporter in Hokkaido described an horizontal shaking of around 30 seconds that made him unable to stand as the earthquake struck. The meteorological agency earlier warned that a tsunami up to 3 meters was expected to hit Japan's Pacific coast. And then it goes into general. Japan sits on top of 4 major tectonic plates along the western edge of the Pacific Ring of Fire and is one of the world's most tectonically active countries. So it's going into all that now. But yeah, it looks like it's already impacted. So now what happened? There's no real information coming out of any damage reports or injuries. That one briefly referred to a hotel. Some people may have sustained injury. But other than that, so I'm checking. I feel like this one says 7.2. All reports are saying 7.6. So we're just going to have to see how the information comes in. And probably I would have thought that some Japanese residents would have, or tourists even, would have taken some type of images, video, pictures of what was going on. But it is late at night. It's hard to see. Regardless, if it's daytime, it's one thing. So this video is moot because it already happened. That's toast. Whatever happened, happened already. And like I said, people are showing how the earthquake itself. But no, not seeing any video or images. What the hell is that? There is another possibility. We're going to try it. The clickbait, this is the station. This is the Japanese station. But this is not live, but I can go to their this is live. So now this is actually from Japan. And I'm going to keep it muted, but they're talking, obviously, probably. So the first waves have reached the epicenter, it's saying. Right here. And this is coming from the Japanese news agency, NHK. I cannot show it because I'll get in trouble. But you can look it up. NHK on TubeView. It does have the English captions there. But that they're live feeding right now. It's actually, I'll tell you exactly where if you want to go check it out, because I cannot share it on the screen. NHK World, Japan News. Just look for that. NHK. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link on TubeView. I cannot put links on TikTok. But they are talking about it right now, obviously. I put it in the two TubeViews. I'll even put it in Rumble. I don't know if anybody's paying any attention on Facebook, but I'll put it there too. Oh, Book of Face, I mean. But I can't put it on TikTok, but TikTok, if you want to watch the live coverage of the tsunami in Japan, I would say go to TubeView and look up N as in Nancy, HK World News. That is the Japanese news agency. And they're covering this live right now. And there are English subtitles, captions there. So, big earthquake in Japan, off Japan. 7.6 Genghis, and there's tsunami warnings, and they're saying they're feeling the first impacts of the waves on that report I just seen. I put the link in chat. You definitely might want to check that out. I cannot share it because I'll get in, trouble. So I can't do that. Got to be responsible. And I'm going to put the link in here. And I'm going to reply. Live. Tsunami coverage. Japan News Agency. So people know what the heck I just put on Book of Face. You can't see any link. See, they're preventing. All right, so just go to this place. Look, search for this. NHK World News. And just go to their page and click live. And there'll be one live feed going on. Click on that and you'll find it. NHK is their news agency. They're covering it live right now. Because I'm looking at it. But I cannot share the screen because it's a problem. But it will look like this. That is their news channel. They're talking about it right now. You can see the English translation right there. So you can go there and watch that live right now if you're interested in this. NHK World News. It's Japan. It's a Japanese news outlet. Right now, they're saying there's no threat to any nuclear plants, though people are thousands are without power. It looks like the waves have made impact. I cannot confirm that. Now, I could read what the news. So in these areas, there is a heightened and possibility of the collapsed housings and also landslides. So please be aware. She's gonna drive me nuts. I'm live. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
They calling on my phone and it said toll free.
Yeah, don't answer those. Those are scams.
Can you not? They got a lot of nerve.
Anyway. And affected areas up to 1 week. Please prepare for possible upper 6 earthquakes magnitude and stronger earthquakes that could hit the area, so please do not let your guard down, especially 2 or 3 days after the earthquake happened. There could be a possibility that a strong jolt could subsequently hit the area and about off the coast of Hokkaido and Han subsequently. And we are trying to identify whether this would apply, and in a separate news conference for the official announcement, we are trying to determine everything in DALE, the distribution of intensity and the estimated intensity. So the upper 6 was observed in Aomori off the coastal areas, and the epicenter there is a strong intensity that has also been observed, and also the distribution of the estimated intensity of the earthquake without any monitoring devices. With the allure in the center there is I'm reading it the way it says, strong jolt that go into the area. And here, this is about the long period ground. So they're just showing a map. And he's trying to explain how the earthquake is affecting different areas, pretty much. So this is live. It's from Japan. Tsunami warning for northern Japan. So this is going on right now. Really? So my friend Ginga says, Vanga predicts that warned out of a major catastrophe for Japan 2025, including the ocean floor cracking, a massive tsunami hitting the southwest coast, and the sea boiling. Ooh, oh my God. That's like really. And that's what someone just wrote in a chat. So they're just going over it right now. I'm waiting to see if there's any video that comes in on here. So I have it open on this screen. But again, this is what it will look like when you go there. This is actually live, a Japanese news agency. Go to NHK World News if you want to see this. NHK World News. NHK is the news agency in Japan, one of them. And they're doing a live stream right now about this. That is from Baba Vanga's prophecy. I'm not familiar with that, Genghis. Well, you know what? Like they said, you had a big one here. That place is so unstable. You have to watch. Like they're saying, you have to pay attention. They're showing all the magnitudes. I wish I could freeze this. Let me freeze this quick. Freeze. Stop. Pause. Okay. This looks like what people felt in magnitude across the islands. So the earthquake occurred right about here. You can see where it was felt the most, right in here. So this thing is close offshore. This happened close. So, boy oh boy. And you know they're going to have aftershocks, and they're going to be strong. They're showing a camera now. They're worried about the river overflowing. There's a tornado advisory in place for other parts of the region, including Miyagi and Fukushima. What the hell is going on? Prefectures noise of coastline as well as the mouths of rivers. If you what? I've never heard of that before. Tsunami advisory. Strong tremors were felt. Tremors with an intensity of upper 6 on the Japanese intensity scale of 10 to 7 were observed in the Hachi area. Broken glass they're showing, but this is a result of the earthquake. This has nothing to do with the tsunami. They're talking more about the earthquake itself right now and what people can expect, because they're showing some damage from the earthquake. A place with broken glass. It doesn't look just one place they're showing that had broken glass. A seismic scale of 6 or upper. It is a good idea to evacuate to the outside of your house and buildings, because the building that you're in might right now could collapse or take more. There's another tremor, and we have, so now there's another tremor. They're showing it. Tsunami observations. Here we go. Doesn't look like much to me. Alexa, how much is 70 centimeters in inches?
70 centimeters equals about 27.56 inches.
So 2 feet. Waves. Just reported.
Sorry, what was that?
About 20 minutes ago. Alexa, stop. So that's why this is the highest one so far. That's about 2 feet. Which I just, little over, slightly over. So that's why I asked the A word what that was. Remember, I cannot show you guys too much. But I'm keeping an eye on it. So those are the latest reports coming in live from the Japanese news agency. They are lucky if it's 2 feet. From a 7.6 magnitude earthquake offshore to get 2 foot waves, they're lucky. And I hate to say it that way, but they are lucky. And now they're showing other observations, a lot less in other areas. So yeah, they're showing the latest, and that was the highest, 70. What the hell is Mom doing? And remember, this is NHK World News. Just search that and you'll find it. What's up, Michael? Yeah, the aftershocks could be really... I mean, think about it. If it's a 7.6... if it's a 7.6, you got to expect upper 6s. I mean, yeah, upper 6 aftershocks. And I'm being conservative because I don't want to exaggerate because we don't know. But a 7.6? you know there's going to be strong aftershocks from something that big. Ma, I'll make more later. Kendrick ate it all. Have some more wood. It's going down to 8 degrees tonight.
It's freezing out there.
I know, that's why I told you I gotta drive him to work. He can't ride a bicycle. It's crazy. You can't ride in a fucking thing like that. It's gonna be 8 degrees. 8! Matter of fact, think of you riding a bicycle out there in that cold from here to the McDonald's.
Okay, think of me delivering the mail in this building when it's up to my legs and
Mama.
doing stuff like that.
Ma.
Yeah, you do that.
I understand that, but
No,
ride.
don't
You don't.
compare me to this.
Do you know what it is to ride a bike with the wind hitting you when it's freezing?
I never did.
Oh.
But I work
Oh, I know what you've done.
Oh,
You
to
worked
my-
in snowstorms and everything else.
exactly.
I know, but he has to get to work.
But it doesn't matter. And I'm a woman and I don't complain like a little bitch.
Oh my gosh. Mom just put it out there. But yeah, it's freezing out here. It's gonna be 8 degrees tonight.
It is very cold out there.
Yeah, you can't ride a bike in that weather. It's crazy. I would never ride my bike in that weather. And you know how much I love to ride a bike. I'm not that crazy. Not that crazy.
You put a scarf, you put a head on,
You can't.
put a jacket on,
You can't.
put glasses on, and nothing will
You see, you're not understanding.
You
And
don't understand because you didn't work out there. I did.
Mom, walking is one thing. Riding a bike in the wind, when the wind is in your face, riding the bicycle is horrid.
So how about pushing the push cart?
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Walking is one thing. Riding a bike is a whole different issue.
About pushing a cart
I'll say it one more time.
in there to-
You're at the speed of walking compared to a speed of a bike with the wind hitting you and that freezing wind
my
chill
God.
exposing.
I
Oh my gosh, she doesn't understand. Anyway, I'm not gonna mention anymore.
and I'm
Anyway, they're showing some scenes. It's 1:33, which is correct locally, AM, and they're showing a port, but nothing going on. But they're showing some type of a port, probably in Hokkaido, near Hokkaido. There's nothing. No, there's nothing here, nothing at all. So there's nothing really visual. I can't really see anything going on in this camera image. No abnormalities have been observed. Has been no change in the measurement of the monitoring posts nearby. In Fukushima nuclear power stations, that the commission work is underway, and other workers that have been told to evacuate from the coastline, and there have been no abnormalities observed. So nothing happening in Fukushima. And the monitoring posts of the radiation level has been not abnormal. Measurements tsunami advisory has been issued to the coastline of Fukushima prefectures of. So the work is on the commissioning of Fukushima nuclear power station. So the order to move to, there's a lot of us, a safer place far away from the coastline coast. Area JMA has just had a press conference concerning the. You got to see it. It's like the earthquake that occurred last night and the. I'm trying to skip all that. Similar level of earthquake that could follow, and the people are advised to stay alert. Yes, this is. There's so many. Yes, this what twice. Earthquakes continue, and in the 19 and the 40s, after the 7 magnitude earthquake occurred, similarly large. You got to see this. The earthquakes that they occurred in the following days. So for about 1 week, people had to stay alert. Possible earthquakes at about 6 intensity or so. So with the upper 6 intensity, that's what I said. Wooden build instructions there. If there's damage with the, further jolts. This could be facing a crisis of collapse, and there's also could be a possible landslide with loose ground. So it is vulnerable. Have the landslides, so there could be oh my gosh, it's similar tremors happening. So please do not go near the hazardous and danger areas. So there are some collapsed. It's just crazy. Buildings are falling down. You know, like glasses are broken. Yes, so this is an upper 6 intensity. So it looks like we have a scale of 0 to 7, but this is the second from the top. So that's this strong. So you have to call in order to move, and the unfixed furnitures could collapse down. So that's this strong. So the areas are facing these type of possible holes that could happen, and also people could be injured. And none of the point in the news conference, so there was a possibility of off the coast of Hokkaido and subsequent earthquake advisories. And the cabinet office going to give a news conference, Japan, around 2 a.m. So there's a news conference coming up in 20 minutes. But if this kind of alert is going to be issued, this could be the first time that such an announcement is officially issued. But with that, it is not urging people to evacuate. It's rather trying to make people reconfirm the preparedness of probably upcoming tremors, the possible earthquakes. So the government is asking people. So they're just trying to, the press conference is probably going to prepare for possible earthquakes. So it looks like they're going to have press conference to warn people about strong aftershocks in the 6 range, somewhere in the 6s. A 7.6 is a very strong earthquake. So you can expect the aftershocks to be strong. And they're telling people they need to be prepared for strong aftershocks. That's what this is about right now. That's what it's about. Oh, God. She's gonna drive me nuts. What?
Do they have a show that they say?
No. It's not. It's Japan. If any country is prepared with earthquakes, it's them. They go through it all the time. But you can only prepare so much for something like that, especially when it's that strong. So you could do everything you can. Humankind can do whatever they think they can to prepare for something like that. But Mother Nature has a different idea, and it's just you prepare the best you can. That's the best way I can answer it. Anyway, it is scary. And the thing is, they're showing the water looks still. I don't see anything. They got cameras, like showing different cameras. I'm telling you, you guys should definitely check out this TubaView channel. I cannot show it. But they're definitely covering it thoroughly. And it shows the current time, so you know it's live. I'll put it up really quick. 1:39 local time, Japan.
That is very sad.
NHK World News. What's up, KJ? So they're gonna have to deal with this for days to come. And I mean, this is just not good. And they're showing that map again about the areas that felt the strongest. It's saying right here, it's showing a map. I'll show the map one more time if I could freeze it. So you could see whether it was 6+ here, 5+ here. So you could see right here, felt it. It was right about here, the epicenter. Right about there. That's close. And who knows where the tremors, the aftershocks are gonna. They might be they're feeling one now. The camera was shaking. The camera was shaking and the birds flew away. I just missed it. Look at the shaking going on.
Oh my God.
Look at this. This is live. They're experiencing a major aftershock right now.
My God.
Where are you going? Be careful with the wood. Just now. I might be able to rewind that a little bit so you could see exactly. Holy shit.
Oh my God, please have mercy. Please, Jesus. Please.
Ma, go over there. I'm live. It's not letting me. Anyway, they just experienced. You're on camera, just so you know.
Yeah, Mom.
I know. I'm just saying you're on camera. I have to tell you you're on camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, isn't that crazy? You could actually see the camera shaking, and they're having aftershocks right now. Kendrick, when you have a chance, make some cigarettes, please.
Candidate, wash it. Don't put it there. Over here. Huh?
What? He's gonna make cigarettes now. What were you gonna come here for? Anyway.
Because he's hungry too.
Anyway. Matt, go over there, please, because I gotta put wood in the fire. You're right in my way. What do you want?
And I'll get out.
I don't have it. He's got to make them. I have nothing. That's why I asked him.
No, you do that.
No. He's making them. He take it.
Pero tú no tienes ahora para ti.
I got one in the room. I'll give it to you and I'll
Oh,
get some
okay.
more. I'll bring it to you.
Okay, thanks.
There's an offer me one.
What is this?
Okay.
You just had one.
I'm kidding. I'm not like that. Anyway. It's a little cray-cray in the house right now. It's not even noon. So this is on...
Hey! Hey!
This is on Tuba View. If you look up NHK World News. So if you look this up,
Mira. I got the same shit.
TikTok, if you look that up on Tuba View, you'll see the live feed of what's going on in Japan.
Play!
That's how he plays.
I don't think so.
Because I can't share it. So, John says, Happy holidays, Ma.
Thank you very much. Get down.
He's a friend, John,
Oh,
that's
all
watching
you
right
do.
now.
Hi, John. Happy holiday and a safe one. And have fun. All
I'm sure you can hear her big mouth, right?
your family, everybody. God bless you all.
I mean, I can clearly hear it.
Now, what am I?
So,
Do this.
they keep showing...
I don't know. Good luck to you. You're going to have to fly over there.
They keep showing just like some video. It's 1:44 locally in the morning, Tuesday, in Japan.
It's moving.
But it looks they're gonna have a news conference at 2 a.m. I'm waiting for it to see if I could read it and tell you what they're saying. It's definitely gonna be more about the earthquake and future tremors, aftershocks, because they could be strong. Most likely they will be strong. So, Shinkansen Expressway is affected. So it looks like some highways were affected by the earthquake. They're not really talking too much about the tsunami. This is more about the earthquake itself.
He just does it.
So they're just talking about all kinds of...
And then we can do it. So let's wait, Mama. Maybe
And they're just checking to see if there's any damage.
don't worry, Mama. You can do it.
They're talking about an expressway. So traffic was completely stopped between the Shi and Shinitoshi Airport interchanges. And they're repeating the same information about tsunami heights. Just the highest one was at Kuji Port at just over 2 feet wave, 70 centimeters. And it's saying tsunami hit Aomori, Iwate, Fukushima, Hokkaido. That's what it says on the bottom of the screen. So it looks like the tsunami occurred. But remember, aftershocks. What if there's a 7.2? That's hypothetical. What if it's a 6.8? There's still some strong activity that could occur. So they gotta be on serious alert right now.
At least they have you to follow that.
No place like home for the holidays. So yes, this is breaking. This is happening. They should be having a news conference in approximately 15 minutes at 2 a.m. locally in Japan. In the meantime, while that's going on, I want to see if there's any other information coming out.
You're the weatherman.
It's not weatherman. And you really, really, really cannot, like I said, you got to be really careful because there could be a lot of phony BS out there.
Check on the cats.
Yeah, I fed them already.
You did?
Yes, I did.
But I don't know, Brownie. Brownie, I don't know. She runs around. That's
I can't even fucking open this thing.
Let me finish the other batch though.
What?
So that's the new batch. Oh, that's the previous one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll take some of that one.
Here, do it.
Okay, well, I'll take a little bit.
Anyway, let me see if there's anything.
Here. Take this little bit.
They're rehashing the same information. There's no new. It's all earthquake related images. And I cannot verify that one's an obvious fake. They used the National Geographic thing. It's horrific. It's terrible. When people use phony stuff, it's terrible. You have to see how much some people are actually repeating the same photo. It's terrible. Another one repeated the photo. Another one repeated the same photo. It's insane. It's like they think that's real and they're spreading it. It came from National Geographic. I already looked it up. Horrible. Irresponsible. I'm just checking a video. Just your typical people experiencing the earthquake. And you can tell it's fake because some of these images are in daylight. It happened in the late night hours, early morning, like now. And there are images of daytime. It's obviously fake. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can't even look anymore. It's not about the tsunami, KJ. That's not the concern right now that they mentioned. It already happened in a lot of areas, the main first, second waves. It's about the future earthquakes. There's going to be strong aftershocks that they're going to have to deal with for days. And people need to pay attention to that because the 7.6 is going to have strong aftershocks in the sixes, most likely. So, you know, if something is damaged already, additional quakes can further, really cause more damage where the structure itself can be compromised. Structure could be compromised now. Constant 6 point something quakes is going to have an effect. A 7.6 is very strong. So these people need to be concerned, and they're going to have a press conference just on that. I bet you any money it's going to be exactly what I just said. Preparing for future, do not put your guard down, stay prepared. We're expecting strong aftershocks to occur. They're not going to talk so much about the tsunami. They might go into it briefly. There were tsunami warnings issued. They might go through that for a little bit, but the main emphasis of this press conference, if I had to bet money on it, is going to be about future tremors and aftershocks and how strong they can be so people do not put their guard down. That's what that press conference is going to be about. If I'm a logical, rational thinking person, I think that's what it would be about. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. So we just got to wait and see. Again, I'm looking at NHK World News live on the TubeView. John agrees. They haven't reported all the damage and what's expected to come because it's so new. Yes, it's like anything we see in the media. When something's going on, everybody freaks out. Take a deep breath. Let's wait till we get more further details and information before reaching conclusions. We need more information. Like anything else. Same thing as this is, like you said, it's breaking, John. This is happening now. They're trying to assess the damages. That takes time in itself. Reports come in, confirmation, local authorities, hospitals, any reports of anyone at the hospitals, what are the police, local police, they have to go through all that. It takes time to gather all that information, that data, to confirm. So there are police boats going out. Police, probably police. I can show you briefly. You can see the flashing of the boats. There's two of them that I see. One is docked, the other one's moving. So they're out there. They're probably going to go up and down and check everything out. There could be capsized vessels. There could be all kinds. There could be debris. I doubt, God willing, there was no people out there. And they're in distress or anything like that. And they're still showing the map of what happened at 11:15 and who felt what. And it was one area right near the epicenter, which was right about here. It was 6+. Remember, it was 7.6 out here. So these areas, they're going to probably be feeling strong aftershocks. And this is when I guess the earthquake actually happened. Look at the camera shaking. Look at that. Look at the birds flying away. They felt it. They started to fly. And then you had the shaking. Look at that. And there you go. Here's the news conference. Maybe. Let's see. Speaking to reporters, someone from local Japanese chief cabinet secretary. Tsunami warning have been issued, and as high as 3 meter of tsunami is 70 centimeters, the highest one reported so far, which is a little over 2 feet, have been observed at 1 past 1.9 a.m. So it's crazy the way they speak. Evacuate immediately to a higher ground or the level of building, and in nuclear power stations in Hokkaido. Check is underway, but for other nuclear power stations in the affected areas, there have been no report of abnormalities as of 1:15 a.m. Survey is underway for injuries, and there have been some fires breaking out, power outage, or 100 households, they have lost the power, and there have been no report of the water service stoppage. And also in some place between Fukushima and Shin, services have been suspended, and also the 2 rail operators have suspended their services, and the other A2 lines, traffic service, transport instruction services have been suspended, and the self-defense forces have already been checking for any damage, and if there is any report of people missing, the search and rescue operation will immediately be commenced. And to prefecture, we decided to send our personnel to collect more information there, and people are advised to stay on alert for the earthquake of up to 6, and the Japanese intensity scale, which is 7, as we pay close attention to the news for further information. And in Hokkaido, and for the Sen Pacific area, the earthquake alert, they could be issued, as will be explained later. So this alert will cover Hokkaido to Sano area, and the possibility of a mega quake is just to be higher than usual. We are going to this kind of alert, and if this alert is actually issued, holy shit. Regardless of the affected areas or not people, those possible areas of earthquake, please keep informed of the latest information from I told you it was going to be about the earthquake, municipalities, and try to fix your furnitures. And try to reconfirm the preparedness and be prepared, preferably to start evacuating. So now we have the news conference with the JMA and the cabin's office. So this is live this must be the people broadcasting. All right, somebody else is talking now. And there's this cabin. So we would like to start the news conference with the time had, so please start the explanation. Yeah, this is an explanation from JMA. So before we go on with the explanation, using the materials about the latest situation and the warnings and advisories. Tsunami. So last night at 11:15 and the east coast of Aomori, there was an earthquake that had happened, and we have issued warning and advisories. The tsunami warning is in effect in the areas. Please keep evacuating until those areas, and in the area under tsunami advisory. Please go out of the ocean and try to evacuate as far away from Sirius as possible. So with this news conference, with the earthquake has happened in and off the coast of El Mari area, not only the explanation will cover that, but on 2 a.m. now, the JMA has mentioned about the possibility of the off the coast of Hokkaido and San Rico subsequent earthquake, but we've got to update some of the details. So at 11:15, they're worried about a bigger earthquake. In Almoria, East Coast, we did detailed analysis. So this is with the national policy. We're going to issue the alert, and there was the standard that mass met and 12:02. The government had issued off the coast of Hokkaido, Hiryu, and a subsequent earthquake advisory, and we have officially issued this alert, and we're going to get the details of this alert. Yes, so we sat Cabin's office. I'm in charge with the announcement that this advisory, we're going to give you what people should be prepared for, and this is an explanation to have the full preparation for the possible earthquake, and if there is an adequate response that be taken to prepare for earthquake, please focus on that. So this slide on the lower part, analysis and statistics of the earthquake. I'm going to put this screen here so I can read it better, because it is a pain in the you-know-what to read this. More could happen within the sea. Changes around the trench, and those are trench. Oh, they're concerned. It did damage to the trench. Something's going on. Of course, it's not sure whether the earthquake of this size could actually happen, but we need to be prepared for a mega quake. Holy shit. It shows what to do, expect. We should continue the preparation for, to check the where to evacuate and the evacuation route and how to communicate with the family members, and stock up food and water, as well as the fixing. This is more to do with an earthquake. Your furniture over the next week. You should be ready to evacuate. I knew it was about the earthquake. Immediately, and carry emergency supplies and the goods at all times. And this is the area where these measures should be taken. 180 municipalities from Hokkaido to the Chiba Prefecture and the Pacific G coastline to the Japanese Diago. And if you live in, you have to see them on any Oz there are. These areas you need to evacuate immediately. They do they do a lot of that. When the earthquake or tsunami warnings are issued, and you should be aware of the, if I did the I'd be going nuts. Evacuation center, and also you should have the emergency supplies or emergency takeaway goods at the nearby at all times. This shows more details, the step that you should take to, you should know where to, you should evacuate and how to. It's showing a map of how, what to do, like in Japanese. Communicate furniture, it's talking about securing furniture and prevent fires. And they prepare for living in the evacuation centers, and like get ready to live in an evacuation center. For businesses, also, you should also know where to go, where to evacuate, and how to guide your personnel or the users or their facilities. And you can, they do the and us so many times repetitively. Continue your normal business activities as much as possible, and in order to avoid unnecessary CIC situation, please be aware that disinformation, the misinformation, please do not try to spread those kind of information. So, for example, what month and what day there could be a mega earthquake, but those kind of prediction is not going to be made by the government. So please be careful about those possibilities, and also try to have minimized disruption in economic and social activities. Please do not hoard and try to buy too much of the food and the daily necessities, and the measures to be taken is going to depend on where you are living, how the earthquake had actually happened. So please try to listen to what have been ordered from your municipalities and keep up with the latest updated information, and try to act adequately and appropriately. And we would like to also issue some information on the website of the Cabinet Office, and we're going to use X and accounts on the social media to try to issue more information. So the GMA would like to update on the alert or the advisory for the off the coast of Hoko and Sansan subsequent earthquakes. Says November, is December actually, he said. So it says, it must say November, so they're correcting it to December. Correct the information. So this is the outline of the off the coast of the Hokkaido subsequent earthquake. So 11:15 last night, there was an earthquake off the coast of eastern Aomori, and the magnitude was 7.4. We have determined the number here, and in and offshore from the Sanu areas, this could be a relatively high possibility of the mega earthquake. So this is serious. So if those kind of major earthquake was to happen, large size tsunami could hit the area, and there could be a strong draw to these areas. So here is the slide. This is about the information. The earthquake CMT value has been, at the moment, it's a magnitude of 7.4. So we have to reverse fault earthquake with the axis from the north, south to east, west, quest. And for the cases that have been with the subject earthquake, like on 2011, a Suncraft with the magnitude of symbol, and you may all know the magnitude 9.0. It was a 9.0 back then. Hit the east coast of the Pacific areas in 1986. So they're showing a chart. That happened, 7.0 happened right after 18 hours after. It happened, and on the right side was the moment, they're showing a chart. Magnitude 7.1 occurred within 7 days. This is a past earthquake they're referring to. There was a moment, magnitude of 8 class happened right after the earthquake. That happened 2 days. So there's a high possibility. The possibility would start to decline. So within 7 days after this happening, magnitude the 7 earthquake, there is a possibility, the possibility of another mega earthquake. This is the warning concerning the possible subsequent earthquake in Hokkaido or off the coast of Samiku. This does not mean that the megaquake will occur. Earthquake could occur at any time, so then we urge people to always be prepared. But the higher possibility of a lower scale, the earthquakes could also be prepared and outside of the earthquake hit areas, another strong earthquake could occur, and also the possibility, a lot of us, of a subsequent earthquake could be lower in the area. If is there any? Oh my God! It's just you got to see it from the earthquake. I'm reading it like, and as I said in the previous message, press conference. I'm gonna read it to you like it's saying because it's just driving me nuts trying to skip. This the strongest earthquake. The intensity recorded was the A6, and also the magnitude was the 7. The moment magnitude of the 7 and the magnitude of the GMA is a 7.5, and the focus of the earthquake is the 50 kilometers from the surface of the Earth, and a yellow area. They're showing a graph again, a map. Shows the area where the earthquakes. Oh my God, of the A1211 2000 earthquake this earthquake of last night they occurred outside of this yellow marked area. Oh my gosh, the odds are driving me nuts. And now new information in. So at about 11:15 last night, there was this. So they're just going over earthquake that happened, and the GMA said that they have analyzed the data and revised it from a 7.6 to a 7.5, and also the depth of the earthquake has been updated to 50 kilometers, from 50 kilometers to 54 kilometers, and also off the coast of Hokkaido's subsequent earthquake advisory. The moment magnitude was a 7.4. So at 11:15 last night, this earthquake that happened off the east coast of Aomori Prefecture that Jay had analyzed, number and the magnitude has been changed. So they just redid the numbers. Has been changed from a 50 kilometer to a 54 kilometer, and west of the coast of Kaido. So they're just rehashing the numbers. They're correcting. They're re-estimating the numbers. It's the 7.4 that would affect the decision to issue a strong. Again, so with this, some issuance of the off the coast. Could you walk through what had been announced? All right, so now is the press is asking questions. So this is what's going on. Oh my gosh, that was giving me a headache. So they're not saying there's gonna be a megaquake. That is not what they are saying. What they're saying is, just in case, they want people to stay alert and prepared, because there is a possibility that a megaquake could occur. The higher likelihood is the typical scenario where they'll suffer from strong aftershocks in the 6 range. That is the higher likelihood. But they're not discounting the possibility that a megaquake could occur. And that's why they want people to be prepared. So, as I pretty much figured, this was not going to be about a tsunami necessarily. This is about the earthquake. I think that was pretty logical, right? Because even if you have those can create tsunamis. But God forbid, could you imagine a megaquake? Oh my God. So, they are very, very concerned about what's going on in Japan right now. They're not saying, I'll say it again because there could be misinformation that people would put out there. Japan, there is not definitive, there is a slight possibility that they said in the news conference just now. The slight possibility of a megaquake. But they say the higher likelihood is that there will be the typical aftershocks that are strong. That's what the Japanese cabinet members just said. I don't know what a megaquake would do. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I'm not going to sit here and hypothetically think of what a megaquake would do adversely. It would be total speculation. The point is, they want people to stay prepared in Japan, northern Japan, and probably throughout all of Japan, for the possibility there could be a slight possibility of a megaquake, but the likelihood is just the typical strong aftershocks that occur on a magnitude of any earthquake. Every time you have an earthquake, you have a lot of seismic activities for days as an aftershocks. So if you have a 7, they just changed it to a 7.4 in Japan. They're not saying 7.6 now. They're saying it's a 7.4. So you could expect some in the 6 range. And they should start to diminish. But they want people to stay alert just in case the slight possibility there is a mega quake that could be stronger than 7.4, which is just utterly scary. That's just scary. So they just want people, as they should, stay alert, keep an eye on your news, watch your alert system, be prepared to evacuate. It's the right thing to do. So, again, thoughts and prayers go out to all these people, and they stay safe. That's got to be scary, especially when we all have the memory of Fukushima, as John said in chat. And you're right, Japan's government sounds very concerned. Must be difficult to evacuate to safe areas on such an island. There's no doubt about that. But they're talking about people going to evacuation centers, that they should know where they are. They should know what to do in the event of. That is just scary stuff. Because it's always good to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. You cannot predict. You really can't. If it was that easy, they would be preparing right now and for any event. But they're leaving that door open. It's not likely, but they're leaving that door open that there could be possibly a megaquake. That is not good. And God willing, that won't happen. Just the typical aftershocks. But that's regardless. That's got to be unnerving for everyone there. And like you said, they definitely seem like they are very concerned. They're looking at past data historically from other earthquakes in the area. And they try to come up with is there some type of a pattern here that we can assess based on the past and kind of be making a prediction of this one and what could happen afterwards? Just by saying what he said, because it was a male that was doing the conference, to say that we want people to be, we're not saying that there's going to be a megaquake, but there's a possibility that there could be one. That right there is like, whoa. Slight, it's a slight chance, but still, a chance is a chance. So again, we're gonna have, and this doesn't have to happen within hours. This could be a day after, 2 days, a week. They said though it usually happens not too long thereafter, the first big one. But they did bring up a case where a stronger one happened, like, I forgot how many hours I read. Hours, tens of hours after the initial one. There was a mega quake. So that's why they're looking at this carefully, and they want people to be on alert. It's a smart move. Again, you cannot compare, but you're right. It lasted for months. That. Remember, the predictability factor. Japan is, it's not, and they're all on that ring of fire. You know, they're all around that ring of fire, but Japan is definitely susceptible. Definitely. Just it being an island. And with all those nuclear power plants, again, look at Fukushima. They said right now there is no alerts at any of their facilities. Everything is normal. There's no abnormalities reported at the nearby plants, though thousands are without power. But still, it's got to be unnerving. It's definitely got to be unnerving. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last of this. Is that a fact? I haven't looked into that part. I don't like to say things that aren't confirmed. And I can't repeat what you wrote because that platform might strike me for miss. Because it's super sensitive. So yeah, again, we just got to keep an eye on what goes on in Japan. And you never know, when there's an earthquake of this magnitude, doesn't mean that other earthquakes, like they're saying, could affect a different area. Another earthquake could occur somewhere in that ring of fire chain, those tectonic plates. Now we really got to keep an eye on the earthquakes to see if there's any ramifications from this one. And I'm actually going to keep an eye on that to USGS. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that to see if there's any activity. That's what we should check now. See, they're talking here about it was magnitude 7.6, the USGS. But that doesn't mean it hasn't been changed. So you're going to see right now, this is the USGS. There's the epicenter. Right here. So that's where it occurred. Right in there. And that's why Japan, I hate when it does that. They're on serious alert right now. And like I said, as they should be. But we're going to check to see if there's been any other. What is this? Okay, that's the other one. That's old. California had one. I want to look at the map. All right, so now I'm going to share the map. 3.7 in California, but it shows you the latest, and you can see the aftershocks, and they look like they're going down. See? 5.5, 5.0, 4.4. That could be a good sign. And there's the 7.6. So that could be a good sign for them. They're lessening already. And there's the after shocks going on. What is it, Ma? I'm really busy.
Yeah, I gotta open this soda. Almost killed myself here.
Always.
Yeah, you don't have to slide
I know,
on.
that's the door. Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, so it looks like they're having aftershocks, but a lot less. 5.5, 5.0, and a 4.4. That's a good sign. I'm just saying initially, that's a good sign. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But right now, it looks like they're starting to lessen. Thank gosh for them.
What's that type
I don't know, Ma. But look, Cali had a 3.7 right there. This right near our buddy Nick in California lives not too far from here, more to the south, I believe, San Jose.
Bill? Bill?
What?
Have you noticed that even for the Christmas and all that, it's been a lousy weather and all that stuff? Have you noticed that?
It's freezing.
It's weird.
It's really cold outside, Ma.
Well, I went out there and I came up here right away.
Matter of fact, I got to go outside and get firewood.
Well, we have it right in front of the house.
No, I already brought all that in and almost used all of it, but I got to do it before it gets dark because I ain't going through that later.
I check it out and I put it by the door and you take it.
No. You can't do that.
All right, I'll do it by
Mom, I'm going to go do the firewood myself. You are not going to do that. And I got to do a pre-recording in an hour, so I got to get off soon. Matter of fact, we're going to go get some wood right now. We're venturing outside.
Who?
Me?
Oh, you were by yourself?
Yeah. Why? Do I need anybody?
Can you is there to help you? or not?
I don't want no help.
Oh.
It's easier for me. I don't know who took my blue sweatshirt now. Where's my blue hoodie?
You had a hoodie?
There was a blue one right here.
Huh?
The water was on in the bathroom. I shaved that with me.
You confuse me more than anything. You say one thing, they say another thing. Another thing confuse me. looking for, Polito? Looking for Billy? Where are you, Psycho? Get him. Get Billy. Ave Maria. He looks for you. And he has goes like this, like that.
What?
All right, all right.
Isi papatina tskanicka. Divedivi skalatus. Isi divedivi.
You wanna go outside? Mira para allá.
Janis skalatus. Isi divedivi skalatis isi divedis. Maidanus skalatus.
Wow. Psycho's going outside.
Are you the baby? Are you the baby? You are the baby.
Mira, ponte un coat.
Mom, I already did it already. I did it already.
Where is it?
It's right outside the door. All the wood is right outside the door.
Oh, yeah. But I
Oh
don't-
yeah, what?
Nah, I don't know.
I know. I'm confused
I get
too.
tired of
Yeah, I know. Me too.
telling you.
Telling me what?
Look, you don't even put a jacket to go outside.
I did. I put a hoodie. I did. I put a hoodie on.
Then when you see yourself in the bed, then it's different.
Like I said, I put a hoodie. That's why I asked you for it, and it was in your room, and I took it and I wore it. It is freezing out there.
It is. What do you mean freezing out there? It's freezing inside.
It is not too bad inside.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Don't exaggerate.
Oh, yeah. What? What do you think? I like to be in my bed looking at TV with a blanket on it. That's the only way. And then I have the heater on.
Oh my God, he's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop. Anyway, it is 24 degrees. It's gonna be 8 degrees tonight. So, gotta be prepared for that.
If anybody wants to barbecue outside.
8 tonight. Matter of fact, I'm afraid to see the long range forecast now for the Gemini meteor shower forecast for Saturday night. Might not be good.
Are you hungry, Tycho?
One of the coldest nights of the season tonight. 8 degrees.
What?
8. Tomorrow afternoon flurry, just as cold, bad. Then we're going to have 1 to 2 inches of snow a coating to an inch of snow on Wednesday, and then it turns to rain.
Oh, wow. And then it turns to ice.
Saturday looks good so far, but I don't like what it says the next day. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Let me see overnight. Oh, that's not bad. I don't trust it.
Good boy. You're beautiful.
I'm gonna have to wait till we get closer.
Being a good dog, Billy. He didn't touch anything. You don't
Let me
have to
try Friday
sit him
night.
down. That's the baby. That is the baby. The baby Tycho.
Rather cloudy on Friday night.
Wow, we're gonna have a white Christmas.
And then overnight it says mostly cloudy for Friday night. So far. Oh, boy. What's going on? Hold on, let me mute because I'm live. hosts calling me, doctors calling me, everybody's calling me at the same time. Oh my gosh, I can't stop. Anyway, I need to stop because I have to go and get ready to do a pre-record shortly. So I need to get the heck off. Anyway, anybody who may be watching, have a great rest of your afternoon. See everybody maybe later on tonight. We'll see. If not, happy Monday.